Hey guys, welcome back to the Summer of Knives 27. Oh wait, I forgot to put the knives up there. No, I'm just messing with you. Okay, so this is going to be the Summer of Knives Top 10 EDC, and this is going to be of my collection. Now, if you have been watching the series, you guys know that I have amassed a large collection of knives, and some of the videos that you can check out are mostly fixed blades, different types, folding blades, and ideally some of the knives that you would take in certain areas or scenarios. So some of you guys have got on the comments there and asked me to do a top 10 EDC for the Summer of Knives, and thank you gentlemen for bringing that to my attention. So what I'm going to do for you guys by popular demand is give you my top 10 EDC. Now I will say that these are my EDCs. These are the knives that I carry every day or rotate mostly, and I have carried them, so some of them are going to have a lot of wear on them. Alright, now you might have other opinions, other options depending on where you work, live, and of course your state laws. The knives that I typically tend to EDC are between a 4, or I want to say 3" to 5 inches. Okay, that's where I like to be with my blade length. I want a locking blade. I don't care about the steel as long as it's good steel and as long as it's been produced. I do like a tip up design if it is a folding blade. I will tell you that I am a knife maker, if you haven't figured that out from the all the videos. I have carried fixed blade knives in an EDC rotation, however they will not be in this video, mostly because when I do carry those type of knives I typically go out into the field, because in this state you're not allowed to carry anything over 3 inches, and most of my blades are over 3 inches long. So that being said, this is going to be about folders, so that's where we're going to go with this. So if you guys are interested, please go up to threeriverblades.com, check out all the blades that I have up there. I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much. You can put all the comments down below, and let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I have 10 lined up here that are off camera, and I'm going to bring them into the camera, and then you guys can ooh and ah or tell me, yeah, that one sucks, which most likely that's probably what you'll say. Alright, my first one, and we'll go from top to bottom. Alright, so the first one's going to be the one that I carry most of the time, and you guys probably have guessed it. Alright, this is from ZT, very big fan of this. This is the Hinderer design. It is made of Elmex steel. It is the number 0560 or 560 Hinderer, which most people call it that. Tip up design, nice liner lock right there. This blade I have carried pretty much everywhere in the city, in the woods, whatever, doesn't matter. It's an excellent made blade, and I have a friend of mine that's a New York City firefighter, and when he was asking for folding knives to go with, I sent him on to this one, and he has loved it every single day he carries it. Now what's cool about this, obviously, I carry it tip up design. You can change the screws, make it tip down, and it is reversible, or left pocket, right pocket, whatever you want to call it. It is titanium on this side, and this is G10. So excellent blade. Again, this is about a 4-inch blade, and that's really where I want to be. I want to be a 4-inch blade. And it might not, it's not the lightest knife in the world, but you know what, when it comes to a pocket knife, I want it for everything. I want it to open boxes, I want it to skin game, I want it to defend myself, and I like this design because again it has this nice little finger choil right here. And let's say my firearm ran out of bullets. Could happen, you know, could be the zombie apocalypse, and I don't want to attract other zombies with my gunfire. So I pull out my ZT, take a couple in the eye, and we just carry on with the rest of the day. I will say also this has a nice lanyard hole in there. I know most people miss that, but excellent, excellent blade. I definitely EDC this blade, so I am not bullshitting you guys. Absolutely love that knife. My second most carried knife is going to be the Spyderco Mannix 2. Alright, I love this knife for a lot of reasons. This knife is thinner than this knife. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. It feels thinner. I love the G10 grippy features. I love this fat, flat blade. The finger choils on this are amazing. The top jimping on top, the finger jimping on the bottom, the G10, the tip up design, everything on this blade is exactly what I wanted. I liked it so much that I also bought it in black, and I bought another one like this that's in my other kit. So that's how much I like this. And if you've been watching the channel, you saw I bought one in translucent blue. So I really like this design. I like the blade steel is CPM S30V. I love the lockup. The lockup is great. So instead of having like some kind of liner lock thingy right here, you pull these tabs back. Easy to open with the Spidey hole. Excellent blade. You can change it from left to right if you want to. Okay, but I'm not changing because that's just the way I roll. I like it. All right. The next, or the third, I should say, hope that's still in frame. The third, I should say, that I carry a lot, and you probably would not have guessed it, is a cold steel. Now, you guys have been watching my channel a lot. You know that, some people hate cold steel. They think it's cheap China junk. And sometimes I got to agree with you, the quality control is not that great. I get it. So, cold steel's quality control used to be awesome. And now it's kind of like, meh. But I should say, for the price that you're going to pay for this is half the price you're going to pay for those two. So if you're looking for a cheaper option, this is a great knife, especially in the field. It has the triad lockup. It does have that nice grippy design. This thing, for the price, for the lightweight, and it comes sharp right out of the box. I have no problem with this. Now, this is an AUS 8 steel, which is typically a 440B. Okay, so if you don't know, 440A is crap, stainless steel. 440B is in the middle, and 440C is like the top quality. This is in the middle. All right, it holds a pretty decent edge. It is coated, so if you want to be super Recon 1 tactical, you can. Now, this is a spear point, which I really like spear points. They also comes in a buoy clip, and I think you can get it in a Tanto. That's what I'm pretty sure. And this is the middle size. They do have an XL version of this. Now, with this knife, and you will read on all the forums, the clip will rip up your pocket. It will tear it up. But if you can see right there, what I had done is I just kind of bent it enough to allow a little bit more give on the pocket. So because what happens is this G10 right here and the constant in and out will rip it up. So that's my number 3 pick. I love this knife. Now you might say, well, that's a cheap ass knife. Why the hell did you go with that? Again, it's cheap. If I break it or I lose it, I don't care. Now my number 4 pick is the Spyderco Endura. Again, Spyderco, man, can't beat it. This knife is the ultralight, badass, worth the money VG10 flat blade knife. I love this knife. Tip up, tip down, left, right, whatever you call it. This is a very lightweight knife. It does have the lock in the back. The jimping is very nice. All right, and I like this knife. It's just awesome. I liked it so much that I bought one for my wife in purple. The reason I like it in orange is because if I drop it in the woods, I could find it again. So excellent. VG10 Spyderco the Endura, Seki City, Japan. Awesome. All right, that's my number 4 pick. Now, my number 5 pick would have been my number 1 pick a couple of years ago. All right, it's made by CRKT, and I'm a big fan of them as well. This is the knife, the actual knife that I carried with me through many deployments in the United States Marine Corps. Okay, this used to have the Tanto edge, but I rounded that off by over sharpening the hell out of it. And this has a lot of field time. I'm talking desert of Iraq, Afghanistan, North Carolina, Japan, whatever. Wherever I went, this knife went with me. And you can see that the pocket clip got so bent out of shape that I had to bend it back. And when I bent it back, it didn't retain its original, I guess, clippiness or whatever you call it. This is CRKT M16. They still sell these. So if you're interested, you can get them in spear points now. This one was the Tanto Edge. I liked it for the lightweight, and I liked it for the blade length. Again, blade length is huge here, guys. If you're going to get a folding knife and it's not a pocket knife, quote unquote pocket knife, to me a pocket knife is something that has multiple, sort of like grandpa's pocket knife. That's the way I think of it. It's probably going to be about a 2 or 3 inch blade, where you're going to core an apple, you're going to open a bag of chips, whatever it is, maybe cut the end off a cigar. All right, this is not a pocket knife. This is an EDC. This is something that, again, if you ran out of bullets and you need to stab a zombie in the eye with it, or attack a bear, maybe this is the best choice. Not the best choice for a bear, but at least you got something in your pocket that's at least 5 inches. Alright, so you get the joke. Anyway, so it also comes with a locking blade right here, so you can double lock it if you wanted to. Very nice feature. The handle scales are aluminum. They do come now in tan, and I think gray and black, so they really went all out with this. This is the high risk. Let's see if you got the fancy coating right there. It's probably, if I had to guess, AUS 8, and really excellent design. They are made in Taiwan. Okay, so that is the M16. They also make a smaller version of this. I think it's called the M14. So that's my 5th pick. Alright, so now when we're talking about everyday carry, and again, I've carried this knife more times than I can imagine, but this is more likely a work knife. And I have to explain that to you. Okay, so this is the Triage by Benchmade, and I recommend this to a lot of first responders. If you're somebody that is a fireman, medic, police, FBI guy, whatever the case is, if you are somebody that helps people in a hurry, this is the knife you want. I carry this knife every single day when I go to work. So this is made by Benchmade. This is an N680 or N690. I think it's an N680. I don't know if you can see that right there. N680. Excellent ball bearing steel. All right, you could just flip it open. It is ambidextrous. The ball bearings in here are amazing. I mean, it just flips open with one hand. I do like the orange, all right, specifically because if you're, let's say, helping somebody out of a vehicle and they're trapped and you drop it, you might not find it, but a nice bright orange knife you'll find. They do make it in black, but again, this comes with a nice seatbelt cutter. It has the breaker in the back for glass, so if you need to pop somebody's window, which I have done in an emergency, I've popped somebody's window. Trust me, if you want to break somebody's window, you do not go in the center of the window, you go on the corner, and this will do the job. What you have to understand is that all that glass breaking, make sure you're wearing some heavy duty gloves because you will cut yourself. It does not have a point, all right? It is a sheep's foot design because, again, if you are cutting somebody's clothes off to give them medical aid, you don't want to point and accidentally stab them. Excellent blade. I highly recommend this blade if you are someone that is a first responder or an emergency service technician. Somebody like that would definitely do well by carrying this knife. It's not overly big. Again, maybe not your zombie knife, but great knife. Now, the next 5 blades are going to vary. This is a knife that I carried for a very long time. This is ZT. I love ZT. I love all their designs. If you don't know what ZT is, it is like it's owned by Kershaw, or their company with Kershaw. It's a sister company. I don't know. It has something to do with Kershaw, where they take knife designs and they make them better than their average Kershaw, if I can say it right. This is the 300 series. All right, has a serial number. It is a Ken Onion design. It is S30V. It has this nice sweeping belly. You can reverse the clips, which I probably will do on this knife because I don't like carrying it like that. I like carrying it tip up. It's reversible on both sides. Excellent blade. I've carried this a lot. Now, when I say carried it, I mean carry it. I didn't use it a lot because these blades are super expensive. You're looking at $200 plus for one of these knives. They still sell them. They sell them in multicolors. They come in a great package, nice little carry sheath, an S30V. You're not going to go wrong. This is supposed to take the place of a combat knife, a folding combat knife. It has jimping on the back, jimping here. jimping on nope, that's it for the jimping. But it has this folding piece with the finger swell, so you can really get your hand behind this, and if you really needed to do some thrust or parries or blocks, you can do that with this knife. Now granted, the blade's not that big, but that nice recurve that you see there is really made for slicing. And the fact that this is an S30V and it's coated, it's basically a tactical knife. I know a lot of guys in the Marines that use these knives, and that's why I have it. Love this knife. I have multiples of this knife in different colors because I kind of collected them after a while. Some of them are collectible. They stop making them, or they make a very small batch run of these knives, and this is the 300. Alright, love this knife. The next one is really no surprise. I probably carried this most out of all the other knives, is the 200 series. Again, ZT design. The handle is a little bit bigger. It does have a sweeping belly, indicative of a slicing knife, and this one is made out of 154 cm, so it is a stainless steel. Coated, and you can see there's some wear marks on this because I did carry this. The pocket clip is sufficient. It's nice and wide. It's not going to dig into your pocket. It has a lanyard hole in it, so I guess if you didn't want to lose it. ZT, excellent blades. I can't say enough of it. Again, expensive. So if you want a nice, thick, heavy-duty folding combat knife, this is it. These things are great. They're built like tanks. Now, the next two knives, I'm going to call them wedding knives. All right, so maybe not wedding knives, but special social event knives where you cannot carry these big blades. All right, so the idea behind these knives is it has to be elegant. It has to be something that you can put in your pocket, something that is comfortable, maybe not too heavy, because if you wear suit pants are very lightweight, and if you clip one of these big honkers on there, what's going to happen is it's going to keep slapping you in the leg all day long. So elegance, lightweight, something like that. So for this, I tend to choose something like this. All right, this is the Blur by Kershaw. It's not heavy. The blade is relatively thin, but super sharp. It does have that speed safe or fast action. I forget what the hell they call it, but this is the S30 version. S30V version, I'm sorry. It is another Ken Onion design. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of Ken Onion. I think he makes excellent designs. I have used this a lot. You can see a lot of scratches up here. I don't know if you can see it, but I use this for boxes. I've used it every day, and if I want something that's lightweight, that's not going to weigh a ton, weigh my pocket down, that kind of thing, and I just carry it. It's easy, lightweight knife. It's only a 3-inch blade, but again, 3 inches will get the job done if you needed to. You can reverse the clip, which I'm a big fan of, which I'll probably do, and great liner lock. I mean, some people don't like liner locks, but guess what? This speed action or speed safe action is ambidextrous. It has a thumb stud on each side, and when I clip it on my pocket, I barely know it's there. It's really not that heavy. Okay, so that's my knife. And again, following the theme of wedding knife or knife that I would carry for a social or I want to say black tie engagement, another Kershaw. Now this is not the leak. This is a little bit better. I think they call it the scallop or scallop. Ken Onion's weird with his fruits. I don't know. What can I tell you? Another Ken Onion design. I think this is again that 440B or what the hell they call that? OS 8. Okay. Now you can see I do use this knife. A lot of the times I've used this was to cut open cigars, to cut open, you know, boxes, stuff like that. It's a very slim, lightweight knife. It does have aluminum scales, and if I brush this up a little bit, it would look a lot better. But when I compare this to some of the other knives, you could see it's very small, but it's deceiving. It has over a 3-inch blade on it. It's very thin, and again, with that speed safe assisted opening, that thing is like right out there. And I could do it left or right-handed. Alright, so I'm right-handed, I'm doing it lefty, and because of the slim design, it makes it very elegant and very lightweight. I carried this to a lot of weddings, and I did not feel that this was an inadequate knife. It was excellent. All right, so that is the scallop. All right, it's for you salad guys. And I just wanted to throw in one more for good luck and what the hell. And I know this is probably something that you might maybe not think about, but I have I had before sometimes going into neighborhoods either for work or for areas that were probably not the best. Now I can tell you, I am not a knife fighter. I don't encourage violence. I know that most people that get into fights wind up getting their knives taken away from them, and they wind up getting stabbed with their own knives. I've actually seen that firsthand. So I wanted something that was big enough that if I got stuck on the side of the road, if I was traveling somewhere, that I had a knife that if I got stuck, I could use it as a forest knife, or a knife that, you know, was basically taking the place of a fixed blade knife for me, so I can do all the camp chores I needed to. If I got stuck out there and tracked down a deer and was able to kill it, I have a long enough knife to chop little kindling or sticks or saplings, eat the deer, get back on my merry way, or again, stick it in the eyes of zombies. So without further ado, this is the knife I chose. This is a VG10, I think it's VG10, yes. It is made by SOG. This knife is not cheap. This is not their cheap SOG knives. It has a 5-inch blade, very, very nicely done. Open left hand, right hand. The clip is reversible. It is not the grippiest of textures, but man, this blade is just the way it should be. If SOG made all these blades like this, I would definitely buy all their blades. The problem with SOG, and I've said it before, is that I don't like the fact that they, you know, use really good designs but really crappy steel. VG10 is not crappy steel. It's a good design, and again, this was made for a fighting knife. This was technically a design where you have enough grip, enough blade where you can do really big damage on this. Okay, now the fact that it is a folder shouldn't change your opinion. Now, I'm not looking to baton trees or you know, chop down a wood forest with this, but if it was big enough, I could certainly chop little saplings. I wouldn't try to beat on it all day because this lock would probably break, but skinning an animal, you know, getting through a bad neighborhood, something like that, this is kind of the knife that I would want. Nice size, and again, that's not to say that I wouldn't carry all these knives in some type of EDC knife self-defense situation. Any of these knives would do well, probably not the triage because that's a rescue knife, but any of the other knives would do just as well. But again, if you're looking for something bigger, that is my bonus knife. All right, so guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate the fact that you have been watching the videos and commenting, and if you are looking for a fixed blade knife, please go up to threeriverblades.com, check out all the stuff that I have up there. I don't make folders, which is why I buy them, and any of these blades right here will suit you well, and all of those companies are excellent manufacturers of blades. Stay safe out there, guys. Talk to you soon.